Hey guys, so today I'm just going to be basically talking about a little bit more of the survey units that I promised that we were going to do. I know that we had a couple people that missed our previous class on Wednesday, so I'm going to go ahead and um, show you how to be able to produce something like this. Uh, I know for civil engineering we have the court, the Morgan court, and we also have the cul-de-sac. So this video is a little bit more of how we create survey units. Uh, this lesson, or this little episode, will be covering how to do lot 22 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 lots here. You don't have to draw all of this. You have to pick one lot for the entire thing for this drawing problem. So I'm going to start a new drawing, right? This essentially opened up from my previous CAD 102 settings, right? This is the one I'm going to do. I'm going to do Morgan for the chapter. We're going to do Morgan Court. For the drawing problem, we're going to set it up as lot 22. And I am going to make sure that I'm using my proper civil layers. So make sure to finish those layers for this assignment. That assignment is the one that says layers and textiles, right? Um, I know this says 31st. It's not due until November 7th. Okay. So for your civil layers, make sure you have all of these here. That they have the proper name, the proper color, the proper plot style, layers, line weights, everything that you need for this, right? Um, so if we look at lot 22, right? It essentially is giving us our bearing, which is the upper degrees, where it tells us it is going out south direction, 89 degrees, 28 minutes, 30 seconds, and the end direction would be east, right? And it gives you the same thing here, and this is lot 22. The other thing that we can tell from the overall drawing is that this cul-de-sac right here has a radius of 50, right? So even though we don't have a bearing nor a length or distance, we know that the overall radius is going to be 50, right? This line right here has a length of 149.63 feet. The bottom one has a length of 138.66 feet. And this one has a length of 83.33 feet, right? Another thing that you can see is that PUD essentially is a setback, right? It has a setback of 10 feet. For some odd reason, I think whoever was doing this drawing originally entered the wrong unit. This should be 6 feet instead of 6 inches, okay? So you have a DUE or PUE, and it says 6 inches. Don't worry about that. It's actually 6 feet, okay? So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to go left to right. And how we start our survey units is one, I'm going to go ahead and fix the units, right? So I'm going to type in units, or you can change it down here at the bottom. Right now, mine is set up to architectural, which is fine. 1/8 is fine. You can change this to surveyor units, right? And I like changing it to the third option. And you'll click OK. You have this dialog box. Don't worry about it. Just say OK. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my C property lines, right? And this one is a phantom line. Instead of doing a normal polyline, I'm going to do just a line. I'm going to start at 0, 0, enter. All right. I am going to go based on this. I'm going to go 83.33 feet. Then I'm going to give it my bearing, okay, which is going to be south, 0 degrees, 31 minutes, 30 seconds west. All right, I'm going to move that off to the side. Go here. And you can, if you can hit shift and 2, this is giving me at whatever point I need to, right? So let me restart that again. 0, 0. Enter. Right? You can either do the at, or you can give it a length, which was that 83.33 feet. Right? I'm going to shift over. I'm going to do my bracket, right? And that bracket itself, now I can start putting in that bearing. So I'm going to type in south. I'm going to say 0, 0 for degrees. Let's do a D, right? 31 minutes with the foot mark. 30 seconds with the inches mark. And I'm going to go west. Enter. Right? That created that one line that comes down. Next, I am going to hit Control Shift at. Right? That activated my length, which I'm going to say 138.66 feet. Enter my bracket to set up my bearings. And I am going to go south 89 degrees, 89D, 28 minutes, 30 seconds, and E for east, right? Now this last one, I know I naturally want to go up. This one's actually going to push me to go down, because if you look at the drawing, it's actually basing this point from here, because we're going southeast, right? Which is fine, and this is another reason why I said start it up with a line instead of a polyline. So I am gonna, even though I'll set it up to go this way, I'm gonna say at, what was that length? At 149.63 feet. Bracket, right? I am gonna go south 48 degrees, 02 hours and 26 minutes east, right? I'm gonna stop that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and click it. I am gonna move. I'm gonna type in move. All right. Click this endpoint and click that endpoint. Now we have the overall shape. Now we have to go ahead and do the this radius, right? For this one, we can do a start and radius, right? So I'm going to go here, I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to get it a radius of, what was that, 50 feet? 50 feet, right? So now we're looking just like this lot right here. Two things I'm going to do. I'm going to offset this one 10 feet to be able to create this setback. And I'm going to offset the bottom one 6 feet. Second thing, these are not property lines. These are hidden lines, right? So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to select my hidden line, right? I'm going to type in offset. Right, I'm going to offset 6. Oh, first one's 10 feet. Right, I'm going to select. We offset at that, right? I'm going to go 6 feet. Enter. That doesn't look right. Repeat offset 6 feet. Go here. And so what happened here? Right, this should have been on a hidden line. So I guess I didn't activate them. So I'm just going to activate them. I'm going to type in trim, even though right now we need to extend this one. So the way that you extend it while using trim is we hit shift. We should have been hitting shift. I dislike you immensely. Let's do trim again. Shift, click. That extended that. You don't have to hit shift for this one for trimming it. We can just trim it that way. Alright, so now we have, basically, we have the property line, we have the setback. Now we need to start annotating the bearing and the distance, right? So for this, I would not use a single line text. I would use an M text, right? I'm going to go ahead and my default annotations set already for civil. So I'm going to type in M text, right? It says select first corner. So I'm going to select this corner. I am actually going to do a rotation. Go ahead and type R for rotation, and I'm going to hit the second point. And lastly, I am going to justify this, right? I'm going to have this text be at the center of that line and right at the middle. So I'm going to do, you can either click justify or you can hit J to justify, right? And I'm going to do middle center, right? I'm going to give this a length real quick. I'm going to click. I'm going to type south. South. Make sure it's all in caps. South. 48. And the way that you insert a degree is %D. You get that degree in there, right? 0 to hours. 26 minutes, and we have an east direction. Gonna go ahead and enter, and now I'm going to type in the length, which is 149.63 feet. All right, I'm going to click out. You can see how it's not lined up, but the cool thing is that now my endpoint, instead of being originally over here, now it's placed right at the center. So I can just click and click, and now that know that this length is actually right there at that center. Make sure you annotate all sides. So I'm going to continue doing this, right? I'm going to do M text. I'm going to click. I'm going to click, right? Yeah, sure. And then I am going, actually no, because this is actually a bit of an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and redo the M text, right? I'm going to click once. I'm going to hit R to rotate. I'm going to justify it right there. And now I am going to do this. What else did I forget? I forgot to do the center justification, right? Oh, Connie. Trying to do this fast, but just can't do it. Click R. Click J for justification. And we're going to MC. And we're going to click here. And now this is 0. 0. South 89 degrees, right? 89 degrees. D. And 28 minutes. 30 seconds. And we're going east. And we're giving it a length of 138.66 feet. And we're going to click out. And we're just going to hit that center mark. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do this. M text again. Right. Rotate, R to rotate. J for justification. MC. And I am going to do this. Now, the interesting part about this last one is that you'll see. Let me finish this out. So I'm just going to do south 0 degrees, right? 31 minutes, 30 seconds, west, enter, 83.33 feet overall. Well, actually, that worked out perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now we have the bearing for every single length. The next step we have to do is make sure to properly annotate this. So we're going to do the PUD and DUEs. I honestly think that they both meant PUEs, but make sure you are actually just annotating the way they have it here, except for that 6 inches, supposed to be 6 feet. Okay. So you can do a dim rad, right, for this. We're going to click in once. The only thing that I don't like about this is it doesn't give you your arrow, right? You can do one of two things. You can either just change it to mechanical, gives up that arrow, right? And I am actually going to place this into, there's no dimensions. All right. So we're going to create one last one. Make sure this one says dims, right? Because it is a dimension line. We're going to change the width to this. We're going to change it to 0.13. All right. And now I'm just going to change it here. This should have been, what is going on here? Oh, we want this to be continuous, right? Click OK. The only downside about this mechanical one is that the units are set differently, so we can go ahead and manage that through the properties, right? I'm going to go ahead and select this. I am going to go either type in properties or, dock your properties right to the side. I am going to change my primary units to, let's go architectural. Right, now we have that architectural R feet in there. We are going to suppress, yep, everything else is suppressed, so this is fine. Okay. Lastly, we need to set up that DUE. So we're going to go to annotate. We're going to add, oh, I only have mechanical, which is fine. And we're going to annotate that one's supposed to be the DUE. Oh, I'm just looking at this. That's the radius. DUE is supposed to be 10 feet. Right? We're going to click, and we're going to type in 10 feet space PUE. Make sure everything's in caps and that you have the proper acronym in there, okay? So that's nice and set. Now we have this one right here. Go ahead and repeat that. We're going to put here, and this is 6 feet, right? PUE. All right. Lastly, that you have to do for this assignment is make sure that you annotate the lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and, do a multi-line. Click once. This is fine. You can say lot colon 22, right? This one I previously changed it, but if it's not set to a 1/4, let's say it's reading at a 1/8, right? That's what it's normally your annotated text is. You can select everything and type in 1/4 of an inch. And now you should have the proper size. Here and here and here, these should all be set to 1/8. So if it's not set to 1/8, we can change it either by selecting them, or we can go into the properties. And now we have everything set 1/8. Essentially, last thing that you can do to make your lines look a little bit better is you can join your property lines, right? And now you have one full continuous line here. Make sure that once you plot it, that it shows up on all your drawings. You can tell that I have my annotated text here. Sorry, everything's yellow. I can change that real quick for you guys if you want. Go here, go here, go here, go here. Come on. Okay. I'm just going to go home. I'm actually going to create, I don't have a text. All right. I'm going to create a text, actually annotations. All right. I'm going to change this just to simply black, right? And click OK. And then I'm just going to change that to annotations. This should be black, but whatever. This should be continuous, right? And now I can go ahead and preview this. And if it's not showing up, one thing that we can do is we go to annotate. We can add current scale, right? And we just start selecting everything. Enter, and now that sets up. And the one reason that I avoid trying to do a plot plan in A size is that it just doesn't fit. Doesn't really uh, look right. If we do the same thing for B size, I'm going to add current scale. Right click. This starts to look a little bit better, right? I would let you get away with B size. C size is actually the more appropriate out of all of them. So if I do a plot, right, I can do a preview. This looks actually a lot nicer than the other ones. For this assignment, right, you're actually going to do a batch plot. So type in batch plot or publish, right? I don't need to plot out my model scale, nor do I need anything else. The ones that I want to plot out is my A size, B size, C size, and D size, right? And here in page 1, it tells me everything's fine. Here, like, this is fine. I'm going to type in publish. I am going to say drawing problem 2, Morgan Court, right? And make sure you name this your last name underscore DP2 Morgan Court, and then whichever lot you did. So I did 22. You guys can't do lot 22. Cannot. Because I just showed you how to do it. So now you have to figure out the other ones, okay? So I'm going to select it. That's fine. That's publishing right now. Alright, so I'm going to pause this while this publishes, and then we'll look at these printouts, okay? Okay, so once everything starts printing out, all your A size, your B size, your C size, and your D size print out. For this assignment, I want all of these printed out digitally, all in 4 pages, so you can see the differences between scales and also from paper sizes, right? Last thing that I forgot to cover in this one, because you guys are doing a civil project, is that you guys have to create a custom scale, right? Engineering scales essentially is 1 inch equals 10 feet, 1 inch equals 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on and so forth. So I already have mine already set up, but I'm going to show you how to do this. All you have to do is down at your navigation bar, there is a little menu that says annotation scale of current view. You're going to click on this little drop down, right? Now you're going to scroll all the way down where it says custom. And it brings you to this edit scale dialog box. Essentially, I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm going to edit this one. For you guys, you will select add instead of edit, right? You will name it 1 inch space equals space 10 feet dash 0 inches. Here's when you start doing just a little bit of multiplication, right? So 1 inch essentially is 12 units, right? You're just multiplying that by 10. Sorry, by 12. So you're multiplying 12 by 10. Essentially, this equals 1 unit equals 120 units, right? So essentially, you have 120 inches and 10 feet, if that helps you a little bit. The 1 inch equals 20 feet is essentially you're multiplying 12 times 20. Yes, 240, right? Here you have essentially is 1 inch equals 600 feet. So you're multiplying 12 times 50, so that equals 60 units. And 1 to 30, once again, you're just multiplying 12 times 3 times 10, which gives you 360 units. I hope that's okay. Hope I explained that one. If you guys have a little bit more questions, honestly, just Google it. I know it's such a cop out for me to say this, but uh, I used to do this all the time when I was a student. I was like, scale factors. How do I figure out scale factors? So normally I would just type in uh, architectural scale factors. I can spell, right? I usually do a chart. ArcBox has the best way to figure out a scale factor. It gives you your architectural scale factors. It gives you your engineering scale factors. And see, this is exactly what I was talking about. And explains it to you right here, how you get these scale factors, or if you have a desired one, multiply 12, right? So you're multiplying, because this equals 12, you'll multiply by 20, and this results in 240. I'll actually copy this link so you guys can go ahead and use these for your civil or engineering scales, okay? That is it for survey units. If you have any questions, just, go ahead and email me or send me a message, or, talk to me during class, and we'll be able to get this situated. This drawing problem, once again, is not due till November 7th, so you have plenty of time to keep on working this. And that is all. Okay, guys. Well, I'll see you guys in class, and I hope this helped. Alrighty, bye-bye.